Hey guys, welcome to News Dump.
Yeah, every year the FCC is inundated with complaints about the content within various forms of media, specifically broadcast television, because it's basically free and it can be accessible to people of all ages and levels of maturity, including impressionable children. For the most part, as you could safely assume, people are always crying out, "Won't somebody think of the children?" What's odd, though, is that you never really hear all that much about the violence or the drug use on various TV shows, at least not publicly. America loves its violence, and for the most part, America loves its drugs.
Yeah.
What America still seems to have a problem with, though, is sexuality. And when a huge live event like the Super Bowl, which is viewed by an absolutely massive amount of people, happens, there's bound to be some complaints no matter what. Those football players, their butts,
They look too good.
them pants are too tight.
That man's dragging a wagon behind him. And I can't keep my eyes off it.
Make the pants more loose.
They need all the football players, they can't be all hunched over at the start of the snap. They got to stand up straight.
Why does he have to bend all the way over, and why can't he just hand the football to the thrower guy? That's what I don't know anything about football.
Now, obviously, the biggest moment in the last 20 years or so that caused a flood of complaints to the FCC was when Janet Jackson had a little wardrobe malfunction caused by Justin Timberlake during the halftime show of Super Bowl 38 back in 2004. And that resulted in a $550,000 fine for CBS. It was the nipple seen round the world, and people didn't shut up about it for months, and it's still referenced today.
Nipplegate.
Even though intimacy is still complained about by large swaths of the country, for whatever reason, nipples specifically seem to be the ultimate tipping point for just driving people absolutely insane.
Female presenting nipples, to be specific.
Well, that all changed this year, because when Adam Levine of Maroon 5 took the stage at this year's abysmal Super Bowl halftime celebration and essentially just stripped himself naked for 5 minutes straight, people were disgusted and appalled.
Now, to be fair, we were disgusted and appalled too, but that was mainly regarding the overall performance of everyone included in the show. Although watching Adam Levine strip in front of millions was pretty weird, simply because, how much it seemed like he was really enjoying himself. He's like, "Oh, I get to play music? Yeah, that's cool, but can I take my clothes off?"
I'm working on this dance routine.
Yeah. Either way, the FCC was once again inundated with complaints about this performance, with a lot of attention paid to Adam Levine and his nipples in particular. And just this past week, the FCC released a bunch of these complaints online for everyone to see. So let's check out what America's most outspoken pearl clutchers thought of this year's Super Bowl halftime performance.
Adam Levine without a shirt on for part of the Super Bowl halftime show was obscene. No one could possibly believe that had an artistic value. His overtly sexual lyrics combined with being half naked was not just tasteless, it was obscene, offensive, and indecent. A flagrant exhibition of his body and sexuality. And that has nothing to do with sports.
My family and I was offended by the nude chest of Maroon 5's lead singer. It was totally not called for or needed. We are asking for him to be fined with a public apology.
I think it was the Maroon 5 lead singer, Adam Levine, who took off his shirt, and I found this to be an indecent exposure of male nipple during what is billed as a family-themed event.
What?
There should have been a warning, or they should have blurred that.
I was appalled by CBS allowing the airing of nipples during its TV broadcast. Are we being trolled?
Some of these are definitely trolling.
Yeah.
Anyways, they continue. If Janet Jackson got banned for a wardrobe malfunction that exposed one nipple, he should be for purposely exposing both of his.
Okay.
2 nipples.
Maroon 5 took off his shirt. Showed both nipples. Who will think of the children? Okay. I like thinking that Adam Levine's name is Maroon 5.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I'm sure some of these are probably trolling, but there's over 300 million people in this country, a lot of whom do watch the Super Bowl, and there's probably some earnest comments in here.
What? Probably, but it sounds like a lot of these are actually probably from women who, like the Free the Nipple crowd, who have been somewhat rightfully pissed, I'd say, about how it's the worst thing in the world when you see a woman's nipples, but a man can walk around shirtless in New York City, and everyone's not losing their minds.
Well, technically, women can walk around topless in New York City as well.
They too. It's their right as citizens.
Anyways, it continues still.
Hi, I am writing because I am upset about the half-naked stripper on stage of the halftime show. That was unnecessary and out of line.
My children were watching. If I wanted them exposed to the trash, I would let them go hog wild on Pornhub.
Fine Adam Levine for exposing his nipples and for horrible singing. Fuck. Well, now, sir, we've got to fine you.
Yes. Now the FCC won't let him be.
Fines for everyone.
I mean, those all sound pretty sensible and well thought out, of course,
yeah.
Especially the one about it being worse because he showed 2 nipples, and also the one about his performance
Double the nipples.
The same as letting your kids go hog wild on Pornhub, which is, I love it. But let's move over to our seemingly never-ending coverage of MoviePass, who at this point, they just seem to be even more frantically throwing marketing ideas at the wall to see what sticks. It appears as though MoviePass has once again decided to revert back to their unlimited movie screenings plan. Just, another worse version of it. And I feel like they've already done this at least 2 times by this point. Where they're like, we're bringing back the unlimited plan.
I can't keep track of what MoviePass is up to at any given point. That might be part of why they're not doing so well. No one actually knows what MoviePass is anymore.
And it changes on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, not really the sign of a stable business.
They're like, how do we get people to keep coming back to the website?
Keep them on their toes.
Yeah.
Anyway, the latest unlimited plan seems a bit like the original, except for a few distinct details. For example, the name. This latest unlimited plan is officially called MoviePass Uncapped. and it's currently being sold for $10 a month, although they do point out that the price will go up to $20 a month after a limited time. The other difference here is that with Uncapped, you'll be able to see an unlimited amount of movies, but only in 2D. And we put unlimited in air quotes there because according to their fine print, quote, MoviePass has the right to limit the selection of movies and/or the times of available movies should your individual use adversely affect MoviePass's system-wide capacity or the availability of the service for other subscribers. It's just like unlimited internet. Where they're like, yeah, use all the internet you want. Whoa, I see you're using a lot of internet there. We're going to have to tighten those pipes a little bit.
The crazier thing is that it's like, we've got too many people. This is literally them saying we got too many people seeing movies, so we have to clamp down a little bit.
Hey, guys, I know you like seeing movies and don't like having limits on those movies, but look, we need to limit your movies.
We can't call it unlimited. We should call it uncapped. Yes, we'll call it uncapped. That's a workaround.
It's a bad name.
Now, also, according to TechCrunch, you'll only be able to reserve tickets 3 hours before showtime, and you'll need to check into the theater between 10 and 30 minutes before the movie starts. Yeah. Which basically means that MoviePass can just arbitrarily decide to not honor their unlimited plan at any time by limiting what movies you can see and when. But it also means that you're definitely going to get the worst seat in the theater because you can't book tickets in advance outside of that 3-hour window, which is terrible if you're trying to see something like the new Avengers on opening weekend.
Yeah.
Also, it's literally twice the price as their original plan, once the limited time offer ends. And it's the same price as AMC A-List, which allows you to see movies in any format, even IMAX and Dolby. And from what we can tell, the A-List thing doesn't really have restrictions on when you can book those tickets, although it is limited to just 3 movies a week, which is more than enough for your typical
a lot of movies.
Moviegoer.
That's more movies than I think the average person sees in a month.
Well, Avengers Endgame is here. Let me just wait till 3 hours before 9 p.m. 6 p.m. on a Friday. Let's see what's left in the theater.
You know what this is great for, though? It's great for the people that work on weekends and work on nights. The matinee crowd?
Yeah.
Matinee crowd's going to love it.
MoviePass for real salt-of-the-earth folks.
Yeah.
For them, by them, as he's wearing a barrel.
MoviePass. To each according to his needs, from each according to his ability.
Yeah. Also, they're also testing or going to start testing an ad-supported
How
method.
does that work?
I don't know. It's not very clear, much like everything MoviePass announces, but apparently you can watch a bunch of ads and get a movie ticket for it.
Jesus
or maybe
Christ.
there'll be like a lot of things where it's like, hey, if you sign into the MoviePass app and sign up for 12 months of Vanity Fair or Men's Health magazine, we'll get you a free movie. Like, it just seems like they're grasping at straws at this point, and they have been for a while.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what? At least they're being creative.
Hey, they're out there surviving. I didn't think they would last this long.
No.
They're still here.
Yeah.
So good for you, MoviePass. I know we're not very nice a lot of the time, but you've made it much further than we could have ever guessed.
Yeah.
And that's respectable.
You've gone above and beyond our expectations regarding to your lifespan, not your service. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It's time to move on from MoviePass and into the news about the movies themselves.
Hollywood.
Let's give it up for Hollywood. Let's start with the confirmation of a prediction that we've been making over the past couple of weeks. It has now been officially double confirmed by Warner Brothers that James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie will literally just be a reboot instead of having any connective tissue at all to the terrible film by David Ayer, which was released just 2.5 years ago. That's the fastest reboot turnaround, I think. Well,
Fastest reboot in the West.
I don't know. I think Spider-Man might be the winner still.
I think I'd have to look again, but I think depending on the actual release date between the two, I think Spider-Man might still have it beat.
Because Spider-Man, like, they literally had the third one, like, in...
Yeah, here comes Rhino.
A pretty far along stage of, like, pre-production when the Disney deal went down. They're like, just kidding, get out, get the fuck out. Goodbye.
By the way, that deal is finalized and people are losing their jobs.
Yeah, it's very cool that Deadpool and Spider-Man gets to like hang out potentially in a movie. But yeah, a lot of people lost their jobs. It's a very scary time to be working in this industry. So yeah, just think of them when you're celebrating the fact that
no one's going to think about it.
Yeah, they're not going to. Anyway, back to Suicide Squad. Looks like they're essentially just retconning the whole fucking thing. Which is weird, but it's actually a great, bold idea given the circumstances. I mean, like, when Abraham Lincoln was fighting the Civil War, he was losing.
Single-handedly.
And he was losing, and he kept just firing his generals, the directors of the war industry. He kept firing them until Ulysses S. Grant stumbled in, wiped the booze barf off his face, and said, I think I'm the man for the job. And you know what? They fucking won.
They rebooted the war.
Yeah, they kept rebooting the Civil War until they found something that worked.
Until they got it right.
Could James Gunn be the Ulysses S. Grant of the DC movie universe? I think so.
Welcome to history, Joe.
Anyway, yeah, this new version of Suicide Squad, which will continue to confuse the fuck out of people who are searching for information on it until at least the film's premiere. Here's the title, The Suicide Squad.
Okay. We make fun here, but I love every move they've made with this because you can't name it like if you did something with like a colon, like Suicide Squad colon something like Deadshot's Revenge or something like that, it would be weird.
Suicide Squad, the reboot.
Yeah. The fact that they're just calling it The Suicide Squad, it's going to be very confusing for at least a little while till it completely overshadows the previous one. Mm-hmm. And I know that we're giving it a lot of like pre-praise that it doesn't deserve yet because it's not made, but there's no way it will be as bad as the previous one. But
no way.
I love that they're like, fuck the other one.
Yeah.
We're rebooting the entire thing, and you know what? We're gonna name it The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, no, I like this, and it's like how I always say that more people need to be able to like apologize and own up to their mistakes. We'd all be better off. I mean, this isn't an apology necessarily, but they're admitting that they made a shitty movie that was bad. And they're admitting that it would be better to just pretend that never happened and start over again.
That's what happens when you have a Japanese sex addict running the whole show.
Well, I mean, he has Japanese heritage, yes. I believe Kevin Sujihara is an American.
I know.
But
he quit or he got fired in shame?
He stepped down without admitting anything. But yeah, so to be clear, to Kevin Sujihara, American sex addict's credit, it was all consensual, but it was all, someday we'll have to take a deep dive into it. It was like him and Brett Ratner just ran this ring where like, they're just like constantly getting aspiring actresses to like fuck them. It was like that, just this small group of dudes are like, yeah, they're all fucking the same chicks. And there was this one like British, just absolutely shameless, like social climber British actress who like sounds like from the get-go, she's just like, all right, well, I want to make it as an actress, so I need to fuck a bunch of highly, like no one was taken advantage of. It was just bad people like
we're all working
using each other. So like compared to like a lot of the other Me Too shit, no real victims here, but it's also not really a way you want to run a business. Pretty unethical way to do that, actually. And especially when the business you've been doing is pretty widely seen as bad.
Yeah, produced some of the worst movies for DC.
Yeah, it could be that one reason why DC's been so bad is because the guy running the entire ship was more concerned with getting his dick sucked than making good movies and hiring the right people. So,
anyways, the confirmation for the Suicide Squad reboot comes from a recent interview with Joe Blow, where the film's producer, Peter Safran, said, First of all, we don't call it Suicide Squad 2 because it's a total reboot. So it's the Suicide Squad. And I think people should be extremely excited about it. It's everything you would hope from a James Gunn script, and I think that says a lot, and that promises a lot, and I know that we will deliver a lot. So, the Suicide Squad currently has a release date of August 6th, 2021. But since we're on the topic of completely retconning entire movies to make more movies based on the same IP, there's going to be yet another Terminator movie coming out, as you all probably know, and I think it's coming out this year, so...
Yeah, and I'm pretty stoked about this, because with this one, they're going to be retconning literally everything that's happened in the franchise since the release of Terminator 2 in, what was it, 1991?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what we thought they did with the last one.
Yeah, Genesis.
Terminator Genesis. That one ignored Terminator 3, but Genesis was also terrible, so yeah, get rid of that one too. Yeah. Who cares? The new Terminator film, which will be directed by Deadpool director Tim Miller, who also, he's behind that Love, Death, Robots.
Oh, the Netflix show. I heard great things.
I watched a couple episodes. Pretty good. Yeah, he's running the show. It'll be titled Terminator Dark Fate, and it'll reportedly pick up where 1991's Judgment Day left off. According to various sites, Arnold will return for the movie. We can't say his last name anymore because YouTube literally thinks we're saying the N-word when we say his last name.
Yep, the auto closed captioning right there. It had the whole word.
Yeah,
when we said his last name.
So we're just not gonna say the Governor Arnold's. You know who we're talking about.
The Governator.
The Governator. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll be
the
back.
Austrian guy.
He'll be back somehow. Man is like 70, so that'll be interesting. He'll be joined by Linda Hamilton, who is returning to the franchise as Sarah Connor. And some other confirmed casts include Mackenzie Davis and Gabriel Luna, who will be playing the villain in the film. Terminator Dark Fate, it currently has a release date of November 1st, 2019. So yeah, this year, I guess.
Same day as Charlie's Angels.
Really?
I believe so.
Who's in that?
I think that... I'm not sure.
All right, cool.
Well, I know which one I'm excited for. The other big news this week is that after years and years of rumors in various stages of development, it is finally 110% double confirmed, finally, that the Bill and Ted movie, the new one, is actually going to happen, and it's going to be starting production soon. Bill and Ted Face the Music has been in some form of development for about 8 years, but thanks to a video from Alex Winters and Keanu Reeves posted earlier this week to Twitter, it looks as though not only will the movie start shooting soon, but they've already set a release date, August 21st, 2020.
Just gotta stay alive.
It seems so far away, yet it is so close.
Now, the only details regarding how this movie will play out are from a somewhat recent press release, which describes Face the Music as follows. Yet to fulfill their rock and roll destiny, the now middle-aged best friends set out on a new adventure when a visitor from the future warns them that only their song can save life as we know it and bring harmony to the universe. Along the way, they will be helped by their families, old friends, and a few music legends.
So they're retconning stuff too, because at the end of the second one, or at the end of the first one, they saved the future, so.
Well, it's the same with the Terminator.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Doesn't really matter.
They keep saving the future, and the future keeps changing.
Yeah,
but it's the butterfly
Stepping
effect.
on butterflies.
Yeah.
Watch out. As for trailers that we can't show you this week, there's a new trailer for John Wick 3, which you probably shouldn't watch if you want to be...
I'm not gonna do it.
Same. If you want to be surprised by the third installment of this series at all, a full trailer for Toy Story 4, which is another one we didn't watch because it's Toy Story. I'd rather go in blind since we already know all the characters.
I know what Toy Story is.
Yeah. One that we did watch, though, that you should check out.
I actually didn't watch this one.
One that I watched that you should check out is for Quentin Tarantino's 9th film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because it looks awesome and it doesn't give away too much about the film other than showing off the huge ensemble cast with a few funny moments. You got Bruce Lee in there having a fun time.
I mean, I've seen some stills, but I intentionally, I'm pretty much, off trailers at this point for movies that I know I'm going to see regardless. But with this one, all I saw was that the official posters that they released are some of the ugliest movie posters ever. It looks like it was created by a high school graphic design
maybe
class.
That was on purpose.
It could be. I don't know. But it was pretty baffling. I'm like, well, these posters look like shit.
Yeah, they actually the movie's based in 1969, but the movie posters look like they're for action films in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. But I'm sure it'll be good. Haven't been let down yet.
No, not really.
Anyways, guys, I got something to tell you about here.
Yes.
We're going to be selling some new merch next week.
Yeah, new merch drop.
Doing another drop where you get, about a week.
You probably do it for like 2 weeks, maybe.
You either get it then or you never get it.
Yes.
It closes up, and sorry, buddy. I've been wearing these 2 pins for a little while now.
This one.
And a few people noticed. And this little guy. And then we got a bunch of really cool shirts. You're going to like this merch. You're going to want to pick some up.
You're going to like the way you look.
You're going to like the way you look. So, yeah, we'll be announcing that in more detail soon.
And we'll probably make another video. So stay tuned for that. I'm very excited about the latest drop. It all looks awesome.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of stuff to love. And we have socks. We've been talking about how you need to wear nice socks for a while. We got socks.
Don't sleep on socks.
No, socks are great.
Your feet will thank you.
And you're going to like the way you look. Anyways, if you want to support the show, you can click the link below to join our Patreon and become a supporter of the show, or click the join button below the video to become a member of the YouTube channel, get some emotes, and get a little badge, this little actual badge over there, next to your name on comments and stuff like that. Also, watch the latest episode of Tech News Day and the episode about the cat fucker, which, update, he put a dog's crotch in his face. There's video. And then he asked his boyfriend
to throw a smoke bomb on the whole situation. He's like, I'm getting married.
Yeah. Weird timing.
Yeah.
Apparently it was their anniversary. But
oh, sure.
Anyways, we'll see you soon for Weekly Weird News. If we don't see you then, have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.